And welcome to Entropia Universe on a Saturday night. It's almost midnight. The girlfriend is trying to sleep, so I will try not to be too loud. Okay, here is Entropia Universe on Wikipedia. Entropia Universe is a massively multiplayer online MMORPG virtual universe designed by the Swedish software company MindArc, based in Gothenburg. Entropia uses a micropayment business model in which players may buy in-game currency, PED, Project Entropia dollars, with real money that can be redeemed back into US dollars at a fixed exchange rate of 10 to 1. This means that virtual items acquired within Entropia Universe have a real cash value, and a participant may at any time initiate a withdrawal of their accumulated PED back into US dollars according to the fixed exchange rate minus transaction fees. The Entropia Universe is a direct continuation of Project Entropia. So, in other words, the minimum to withdraw is $100, and then there's a $10 fee, and then there's a 60-day pay cycle. So, in the first month, they review the transaction, and it just takes 60 days before they can transfer the withdrawal money into your account, and you have to provide a tracking number to your bank account. And if you're in Europe, it's going to be a lot easier than trying to do the transaction into the United States. Fortunately, Entropia is a skill-based game that borderlines on gambling. So, it's barely legal in the United States. It's only because of the skill element that separates it from a gambling game. Okay, next paragraph. But I have successfully pulled out $100 once, and then I tried to withdraw $1,000. I sold all my deeds, and then the transaction didn't work. So I waited 2 months for nothing. Entropia Universe entered the Guinness World Records book in both 2004 and 2008 for the most expensive virtual world objects ever sold. In 2009, a virtual space station, a popular destination, sold for $330,000. This game is serious. This was then eclipsed in November 2010 when John Jacobs sold a club named Club Never Die for $635,000. This property was sold in chunks, with the largest sold for $335,000. The game has been described as dedicated to capitalism rather than quality of gameplay, and connecting the in-game labor with real-world profits, in which sense it can be seen as a spiritual precursor to the play-to-earn model. Okay. What can I say about that? One guy mortgaged his house for $100,000 and bought a small moon with the money, and his friends thought he was crazy. And then he owned the moon, and then his friends told him to sell the moon, but then he kept the moon, and he's still making money to this day, as far as I know. Which ended up being worth more than $100,000. Okay. Gameplay. The game can be played for free, but spending money on the in-game currency allows significant additional options like purchasing items, skills, deeds, shares, and services from other players. Nearly all of the main in-game activities require expendable resources, which must be purchased. Items can also be crafted for use or for sale to other players. Okay, some of these things I've read creates thoughts in my mind. I've been on the game since 2017, and I am looking at it with new eyes. Now, let's go to the actual game. Okay, I was excited to make this video because I'm playing it on this monitor for the first time, and the colors are very vibrant on this screen. Really brings the colors out. Okay, so I'm used to playing Minecraft. There's my blue dragon pet. His name is Sappho, or her name. She's level 7. Yes, you can level up your pets, and sadly, they don't fight for you like they do in EverQuest. Okay. So I'm approaching this game with new eyes, and chances are a lot of people still have not ever heard of this game. It's a money-making game. So, in 3 minutes, you can put $25 into the game, and the money will go into the game. But to get money out, it's not similar. It's very difficult to get money out. Mindark doesn't have to wait 60 days to get your money, but you have to wait 60 days to get their money. Not exactly fair. Okay, I'm hunting a level 5 starving Atrax. This is part of a noob mission, but if you get a global on this creature, it's worth about 70 cents, and this creature globals a lot, and I would love for the first time to ever capture one of my globals while filming. The players call it a swirly because there's a gold spiral around the creature when you get a global. It's like a jackpot on a slot machine. And then you hear the sound of applause. Let me drink some water. Okay. So, for every 100 that you kill, you should get at least 1 or 2 globals. It can happen more frequently than that. I've killed 100 of these without getting a global. And if you're lucky, sometimes you get 2 globals within 100 kills. Okay. Press V for view. There's my girl, Betty Lou Peaches Gillespie. Alright. The view button used to be so you can see the whole figure, but I don't know how to fix that. Okay. So after every kill, using the Buchan's rifle, which is a noob gun, but it's pretty economic. I press I. I switch to my healing mechanism. It's still on automatic, so that just goes on its own. And I develop my medical skills by doing the healing. Then I switch back to the gun. And then I shoot. Okay, and it's on auto fire. Press I to undo the inventory box. There's something in the Wikipedia article that gave me some thoughts. Let's see if I can recall that. The money ratio is 10 to 1. So 1 ped in this game equals 10 cents, and 10 ped equals $1. And I better heal before I fight the next one, because it's a pain to die. And then you have to run back here. You respawn at the station, and then you have to run back, and it's a big pain. So I don't want to do that. It's not worth the risk. I've learned my lesson after dying too many times. So I just avoid it. Okay. Fire. I have my key set. I just press 0. I hold that button down and it does the auto fire. So with a noob gun and my skills, I can kill this creature quite easily all by myself. If your level's 1 to 5 during this quest, you might need a friend to help you. So I stopped wearing armor in this game years ago, because you have to fix it. It took me a while to figure out that you don't need to wear armor in this game. Okay, so I used to wear armor and then pay money to repair it, and it really really cut into my profit margin. And then I finally leveled up high enough where I just didn't need the armor anymore. Okay. You can sink a lot of money into this game. And they have starter packs. And people spend money and they think they're going to make money. But this game is literally a bank account. So, and you can work it passively and actively. Okay. So, this video is for people who've never seen Entropia Universe before, possibly, or have never heard of it. Let's see. Is it fun? Yeah, I got a lot of enjoyment out of it. I used to play 6 to 8 hours a day. I can't do that anymore. I have other pressing demands on my time. At most, I play this once a week now. And I will show you why. Let's see, I go to Money and Deeds. I go to my PED card, right click, PED Flow Center. By doing nothing, I've made $1.32. That's by not playing the game and not spending anything. Because the deeds pay out. Entropia Exchange. I got another set of deeds here. And I have to transfer all that money to my account. These are dividends. Not a lot. Okay, nothing significant. But it's comparable to bank interest. So I have $23.97. I didn't play the game for a long time, and I had $40 in the account. That basically was made over the course of a year, perhaps. Maybe. I didn't play the game much. I just collected money. So I bought more deeds, bought ammo, and repaired all my guns and my healing mechanism to max. Okay. Press I for inventory. Go to tools. Right click. Equip the Vivo S10 healing mechanism. Heal myself to max. Switch back to my weapons. Right click, equip. Press I. And begin to kill. And you can walk backwards to avoid just a touch of damage. And sometimes when you walk backwards, you can find fruit that grows if you keep an eye out. And fruit is a valuable material when mixed with sweet stuff, and you can make pet food out of it. Some people make a little money out of doing fruit walking, and it's one of the most tedious and boring activities in the game. It's work. You might as well go to a job if you're going to do that. And some people are good at finding fruit, and I am not one of them. I don't have the patience for it or the interest. There's a thing called sweating in the game, where you can use a tool and extract sweat from creatures. Every creature you can extract sweat from. Some will kill you very fast though if you're not careful. Okay, you kind of have to know what you're doing. But you can go to places where groups of people sweat. And when there's 10 or more people sweating a curb, for example, your chances of dying are very low. And this is actually a game where dying is actually good for you, because when you get hit a lot, you can acquire skills which have value in the game. Okay. So, if one of these starving Atraxes does too much damage to me, I can always heal up while he's attacking me. So, if you pay attention, you don't really have to die. Okay. So this video is going to be a half-hour long. I can only hope that I can get a global just to show you what that's like. But the chances of that happening at this point are very slim. Okay. Now let's see, I need to heal myself. So like a lot of video games, this is very repetitive, and some people thrive on repetition, and I'm one of those people. Okay. I like repetition because I don't have to think. Okay. We have problems with our toilet where the stopper inside the tank doesn't always go over the hole, so then the water keeps filling up, and then I have to lift up the lid and make sure everything is in place, and then the tank can fill up. So over here on my left with this text, people put their want to buy offers and their want to sell offers. I'm in a society. This guy named Loris is my society leader. He's a really nice guy, and he has a YouTube channel called Lore Spade. He knows way more about Entropia Universe than I do. So I got excited about this game because, wow, here's a video game where I could make money. So I do make money on this game, but it's all staying inside the game. It's too much of a pain to withdraw, and I don't want to wait 60 days. So basically, I could sell all of my deeds, which are worth around $1,200 to be honest. And the Arcadia Underground deeds, or AUDs, are worth $7 or $8 a piece. A lot of them I bought when they were $6 or $7, and they went up in value. Okay. So yeah, I was hoping to make some good money on this game, but it still hasn't happened. The reality of it is, it's just a game you play for fun, and that's too bad. I was willing to play this game full time. But the people that have managed to barely scrape by in real life, you have to play this game 15 hours a day. If you sell handcrafted items, you have to be on all the time. One misconception is people use the auction house to sell items, and I usually have no problem selling or buying items. Just in person, and you just find a buyer or a seller and you just go see them, or they teleport to you. So the auction house charges a small fee. I've played for all these years, 8 years, and I've never used the auction house once. So you don't really need the auction house. It's more for people who can only play once a week because they're working 40 to 60 hours a week at their job and they don't have time to play this. Okay. Alright, here's another one. My health is not as high as I would like. Now it's below 50%. So I walk backwards a little bit. My chances of dying are pretty low. My level in the game is level 37. See, that was an easy kill. But if I don't heal, then I will surely die. Okay. We don't want that to happen. It's bad enough dying in Minecraft, much less this. Whew. Okay. What else can I teach about this game? Yeah, don't have high expectations about making money. Some people are very good at it, though. I'm just not one of those people. Let's see. Equipping a weapon would be an excellent idea. Okay. Make sure it's on auto fire. This little bar that shrinks down over and over again, that means the auto fire is on. Okay. Amber is a good cook. She made some rice with some veggies. So dang good. Put a little olive oil on the rice and lots of seasoning, like cayenne pepper. Oh, I was just in ecstasy eating this stuff. So you know how you go to the Chinese restaurant and the rice has this kind of taste and you just love it? It's the olive oil. 'Cause I always tried to figure out, like, how can I cook this Chinese food at home? And what was I doing wrong? Why didn't it taste the same? Well, they put a lot of oil on their food and that's what gives it the taste. So maybe they use the cheap cooking oil. But if you use some high quality olive oil, it's going to be a little better for you than the cheap stuff. It's going to taste fantastic. I would guess you shouldn't put too much oil on your food because it's hard for your body to process. Okay, I need to heal. Let's see. Yeah, this game gets repetitious. So this game is literally for repetition junkies. who want to make a little money.